Navigating Unity's scene view, or the 3D viewport. First of all, while you can use just about any mouse, having one that has a scroll wheel with a middle mouse button where you can click it down, maybe not one of these awful old Apple mice, let's ignore that one. But any of these other mice, anything with a middle mouse button, left, right, and middle click is what we need for Unity. I'll show you how to navigate with the trackpad if you don't have one of these, but really, Unity was designed with a 3-button mouse in mind, and your life is going to be much more comfortable and much easier if you get yourself one of these. For working in Unity, it's best with your right hand on the mouse and left hand around the WASD keys, sort of like you're gaming. In the scene window, the left mouse button will select things, the right mouse button will rotate our view around, and the middle mouse button will pan our view around, perpendicular to the line of sight. With just these three, you can navigate anywhere in the scene. But it can be a little annoying. As an exercise, let's create a cube. Right-click anywhere in the empty space in the hierarchy, then under the 3D object menu, choose Cube. Ponder the cube. Look at this cube from all of its sides. It's a great cube. I love this cube and you should too. Some of you may have had trouble pondering the cube. For those of you tortured souls who don't have a middle mouse button, the Alt and Control keys are now your best friend. Left mouse, as always, will select things, but holding down the Alt key and clicking and dragging with the left mouse will now rotate the camera view. Holding down Control and Alt together and left mouse will pan around. So with just one button, even you weird trackpad users can get away with using Unity. Finally, the Q key will move you to the hand tool, the grabber, and with this tool selected, it's the same as if you have both Alt and Control held down. With the right mouse button held down, take a look at that little icon that shows up, this tetramino shape. It sort of looks like the WASD keys on your keyboard, and in fact it is. With the right mouse button held, keeping it held, you can move around like you're in Minecraft creative mode. Q and E will move you up and down, WASD will fly you around. Again, just like Minecraft creative mode, I'm sure you're familiar. That's right, Unity, the software that makes video games, was made by people who play video games. After you've been navigating the scene view for a while, you'll find that you oftentimes get stuck or lost. Have no fear, I have a solution for that as well. It's the F key on your keyboard. F for focus, focus on whatever is selected. Doing that will not just move your camera view to the selected object, it will also, and this is key, reset the zooming in and out amount when you scroll the mouse wheel. So if you're ever scrolling the mouse wheel and you're moving past objects or going too far, or you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and you're not getting anywhere closer, stop what you're doing, select the object in the hierarchy that's, near what you're trying to look at or about the same size, tap F, reset everything. And one more tip, if you're in game mode and things are moving around and you're trying to follow an object, Shift F will let you track that object as it moves. I can't say enough how often I use the F to focus command in Unity. There are a few other commands that are very useful for the scene view, and they are hidden at the bottom of the game object menu. Align selected to view is in particular extremely useful for getting the main camera to move around and snap itself to where you're looking at in the scene view, which is extremely useful. Now, the scene view doesn't always play nice. There are a couple of gotchas that can get in our way. The first is the 2D view option. If we accidentally have that toggle selected, or we don't have it toggled when we want it selected, it prevents us from rotating the viewport. Next, draw your attention to the top right 3D gizmo. This little circle you can click and drag around to navigate, which can be easier than moving around in the scene. And the axes of this, the ones that are colored are the positive directions. The red one is for X, the green one is for Y, and the blue one is for Z. You don't have to remember that. X, Y, Z, RGB, they always line up, and that's going to be true in Unity and any other 3D software. Clicking on those axes or those icons will snap your view to that perspective's orthographic projection, which is very useful. Similarly, right underneath the gizmo is the perspective and orthographic or isometric toggle. Again, if you click it on accident, it could be real annoying and confusing, so pay attention to that. And finally, the most troublesome little icon, the little lock icon that's grayed out and very often sort of gray on gray and hard to see. If you click on that lock icon accidentally and you don't realize it, you won't be able to rotate the scene view, and it can be very frustrating. So if you ever find yourself frustrated and you can't rotate or things don't look right or everything's kind of weird, take a look at that 3D gizmo and see if you've locked yourself in a perspective view or you've locked rotation. It's a pretty common mistake and very frustrating. Like any video game, navigating this 3D environment is something that you will get better and faster at with practice. But unlike video games, there aren't like 1,000 weird space aliens trying to shoot you with plasma rifles or whatever. So actually, Unity, it's pretty easy if you think about it that way.